If you manage or use social media on a daily basis, there's an event coming to Dayton you will not want to miss. Learn about Sum It Up on this edition of Social 937. Hello and welcome to today's edition of Social 937. I'm your host, Dan Suffoletto, and joining me today on this episode is Tina Rezash Rogel, who's the Digital Marketing Manager at Cox Media. Tina, thank you very much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Dan. Very, very pleased to be here.
And we have an exciting topic here to talk about today, and that is the Sum It Up.
Correct.
And can you tell us briefly what Sum It Up is?
Yeah, Sum It Up is an all-day conference at Sinclair, and what it is an opportunity for anyone involved in digital marketing or marketing and they want to learn about digital marketing to come together, hear some incredible keynote speakers, attend some great breakout sessions, collaborate with each other, and just have a great day of learning.
And how did Sum It Up get started? What was the idea behind doing workshops about this topic?
Sure. Well, this is our 7th year, and the partners kind of came together 8 years ago and decided that digital marketing was something that was really growing. Technology was growing, and there was a huge creative influence in this platform. So they wanted to bring folks together. It was relatively new at that time, and there really wasn't a lot of opportunity to do great learning right here in the Dayton region. So the partners wanted to bring together the best and brightest minds, combining technology and creativity to kind of unleash the creative juices in the Miami Valley region.
And how many years has it been at Sinclair, do you know?
This is the 7th year.
Okay, yes. I remember it's moved around a couple places. I went to one, I think it was at Wright State. Now it's at Sinclair.
Sure.
And it's in the Great Hall there in Sinclair?
In the Great Hall in Sinclair. We have breakout rooms all over, Building 12. And then, of course, our lunch will be in the Charity Early Room. And we're kind of taking over all of Building 12 at Sinclair that
day.
day.
I think I saw on the website, what's the website again?
It is summitup.org.
Okay, people can check it out there.
Yep,
but I think
definitely.
I saw the sessions were repeating, so you don't have to worry about missing something. You can kind of pick and choose and for the morning and the afternoon.
That is correct. We have 8 different breakout speakers, and so each of them will repeat their session twice, either in the morning or do it twice in the afternoon. So you have the opportunity to hear everybody and pick and choose the topics that make the most sense for you and what you want to learn.
And there's a lot of exciting things happening. And of course, doing an event like this, there is some expenses. So you do have some partners who are collaborating to put this together to help make it possible. Who are some of those people involved?
We do. Let me share the partners with you. The main partner is AAF Dayton. That's the American Advertising Federation. Obviously, this makes sense if we're talking about digital marketing, that the AAF would be a key partner. The Better Business Bureau is involved as well, and WIBN, a subsidiary of Better Business Bureau, is equally involved. The New Media Dayton group, which is a terrific group, all focused on new media in Dayton. The PRSA, the Public Relations Society, and then ARC of Ohio are all the partners in this event.
And Tina, I understand there is not one keynote speaker, but 4 keynote speakers. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, there are actually 4 keynote speakers spread out throughout the day. There's one over breakfast, there is one over lunch, and then there are 2 speakers in the afternoon.
Okay, and tell me who those are.
Sure. We have got Eric Dahl. He is an independent researcher and designer. He founded and organizes the Midwest UX Conference, and he's on the board of the Interactive Design Association. He should really be very interesting to hear. The one I'm really excited about is Tom Gerace. He is a serial entrepreneur. He creates all these great companies and a market innovator. In 2010, Tom launched Skyward. This is a content production platform that helps leading brands, including the United Way Worldwide and Autotrader.com, understand their customers' information needs and create content that connects them and engages them. This is what we call native content. And you're going to hear the words native content at Sum It Up being thrown about quite a bit. Then we have Krista Nair. She is a leading authority, trainer, educator, author, and international speaker. She is amazing on internet marketing and social media and is currently the CEO of Boot Camp Digital, a leading provider of social media marketing training and consulting solutions. And of course, social media is the other buzzword that's going to be around Summit Up quite a bit. And then our last keynote speaker on the agenda is Jennifer Bonham. She is the Global Digital Planning Director at JWT, a major advertising agency. Jennifer is currently strategic lead on the Bayer Global and Nestle confectionery digital businesses at JWT in New York City. So we're bringing these folks in from all over the country.
Wow, that sounds great, and that really could be a whole session just in and of itself, but you do have more sessions. But before we get to those, you mentioned native advertising. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Native advertising is where we're blending content. So for instance, you're reading a website for its content, right? You might be reading HGTV or a news site for their news stories. What native content is when an advertiser creates content similar to that. So maybe they create a story about something that this advertiser is doing, and it blends right in with the content you're reading from your content provider. So it's really seamless. Excellent native advertising is when the reader doesn't even know the difference between the content that the publisher is creating and the content that the advertiser is providing to them, because it's informative, it's relevant, it's interesting, and it is just a new way that marketers are reaching out to their potential customers. And
really, relevancy and targeting, that really is the key to social media and online targeting of advertising. You hear another buzzword, the programmatic advertising. How does that relate to what you were just describing?
Sure. Programmatic advertising is it's kind of a new way that some advertisers are buying their digital advertising. Instead of going through a media buying company, they go through an exchange. Basically takes the middleman out of buying digital advertising. You can do some incredible things with targeting with programmatic buying. It is often less expensive, and it gives you a little bit more control because you are right there involved in that purchase and then in the analytics on the backside. So it's really something that we're watching. Cox Media Group, where I work, Cox Digital Marketing, is engaging in programmatic buying right now in a testing phase, and I think it's something we're going to see really growing.
And speaking of the other sessions, that will be covered in one of the other sessions?
We're going to touch on programmatic. Native is really the key. Something that we're going to be talking about a lot at Summit Up. Chip Beal, the digital director for Cox Digital Marketing, is going to be doing a breakout session on the importance of native. When is native a good idea for you as a company to engage with your audience this way? What are kind of the rules and the rules of engagement, basically? And how do you get this content written? And that's going to be a seamless breakout session to what Tom Gerace from Skyward is talking about, because what Skyward does is provide this content. Dan, say you own a company. You are busy running your company, right? You don't have time to write blogs, write content. You just don't have time to do that. So what Skyward does will come in, they'll learn about your business, they'll work with you, they'll partner with you, they'll create content for you, which allows you to be out there in that space and getting your message out. But people who really know what they're doing will do that for you. Does that make sense?
Right, yes, that sounds great. Any other sessions that stick out in your mind?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one too. Chuck Durich, he's the marketing director for the Dayton Public Library System.
We've worked with him here at DATV.
He is wonderful. He's really, really smart, very cutting edge in technology. Chuck is going to come in and do a session geared specifically for nonprofits. And why that's fantastic is because oftentimes nonprofits just don't have the budget to go out and hire an agency to either create the creative messaging for them, to do the branding, to place the digital buys. Chuck has learned how to do this for himself. He was with the Dayton Opera prior to going to the library. So he's worked in the nonprofit realm in Dayton for a long time. He's really honed his skills in this, and so he's going to share with other nonprofit agencies how to do that. And this is exciting for Summit Up because we've not had a focus on the nonprofit realm before. So this gives nonprofits a reason to come to the conference and participate and grow their learning too.
Right, that sounds great. And if people wanted to get more information, they can go to the website?
Yeah, summitup.org is the absolute best place to go. The date is March 8th. I think we said that earlier on, but the date is March 8th, 8:30 to 4 at Sinclair. You can register. There's early bird pricing still available on the website if you want to go and sign up. And it will give you all the information you ever need, the speakers, the breakouts, everything you'd want to know.
And everything's included, the sessions, the lunch, the parking?
Yes, everything. Everything's included.
It's all included.
Yep.
Okay, sounds great, Tina, and thank you very much for joining me here today on this inaugural episode of Social 937.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really great to be here.